Hi, welcome. We're here above Shibden Valley at Bearhead Quarry in Northowram, so we'll have a look at what we can actually see from up here. So I'm on a bit of a pillar of rock here. As we rotate round, you can see it's there my feet. It's a bit disconnected. It's been solid for quite a few years. Let's hope it stays solid for a bit longer. Right, so what can we see in this landscape? Well, first of all, we can see a brand new building down here. That's the site. That's the site of the sewage farm, or what was the sewage farm, which was owned by the Queensbury Urban District. There's a more modern building over there that they seem to have built on the site of a building that was there, like a garage or some sort of operational shed or something for functioning all the stuff that was down here. There were some day stones in there, one from this site and two from Shelf, because Queensbury and Shelf urban districts merged. What has happened to them, I have no idea. Above that though, we do have somewhere, I can't see it anywhere. Maybe you can see it, but I can't see it. But Upper Shibden Hall with its tower and bay window. So we come round this direction. Right. We can see down in the bottom there. Again, I'll try and zoom in, but it's not working very well. It did change before, but no wonder. Anyway, down here, down here where that light there is up lower Shibden Hall, which goes back to the 1200s. It's the site at which Sir Thomas Browne wrote his Religio Medici. It goes back to the 1600s, but it was greatly altered at some point and had more what you would call definitely Victorian, mid-Victorian fronts put onto it. Converting into two houses, and it's obviously having some work done to turn it probably back into houses again. Above that you have, again, I don't think this zooming in is working very well, but anyway, you have in this dip right there the lodge, Catherine's Lack, the lodge to Upper Shibden Hall. Then down here, there's no point in zooming in really because you can't see anything anywhere there, is Water Scout. The Crossleys, who owned Dean Clough. Who owned Dean Clough? Yeah. Crossleys who owned Dean Clough. Their mother worked there, lived there. Maybe lived there. They might have owned it. Anyway. And their father came down and visited there. So it's a place of some significance because, of course, they went on to found a very big mill empire. Built People's Park in Halifax and quite a bit of other stuff, so I keep coming round, risk zooming in again. From what I see it goes pitch black, but anyway, it might not be the case what you're seeing. The Scout Hall there, that's one of these buildings. It's said to have 365 windows, 12, something like, well, as many days as there are in year, as many doors or something like that as there are in months and so on. Although I have heard that isn't actually true, but short of counting them. That goes back to the 1600s, and then if we keep on round here, looking down the valley, and I zoom in, now I don't know whether you can actually see the traffic going along the road there. But if you can see the traffic moving along the road there, which you might not be able to, that's the traffic coming out of and going into the Godley Cutting, which means that Shibden Hall, that means the famous Shibden Hall, is probably just behind this slope here. It's slope here where we can't really see it. So, which is where Dan Lister lived. Yeah. So, and when we were talking about the Bradford Old Road on another video, that would be running across the top there, past them warehouses, where that lorry's going, I don't think you can see that, but anyway, and coming out where that lodge is. So we go back the other way, we can see Woodley, which is now a nursing home. It's about there. It was the brewery manager's house, and the brewery manager was there also the steward to the Stocks family who owned the brewery. In fact, that's all that's left of the brewery. Some houses were built on the site, and he also lived at Upper Shibden Hall for a brief while they lived in Norfolk, in Hillgate. I'm going to say Hillgate, but somebody in Norfolk might say it's actually pronounced completely different, but I'm not from Norfolk. So anyway, coming further round again, we can see, surely we can go and see that because it's got a skyline. We can see the church there, the church tower for Queensbury Church, which can be seen from quite some distance. And you can see quite some distance from it. Next time they have an open day, we'll have to get a video looking back this way. I'll have to dash from there to here to wave. Yeah. And then we won't zoom out for them. Blackdyke Mills, which the Foster family owned. Now they built a lot of stuff in Queensbury, and they owned a lot of property around here in Northowram and Lightcliffe Church and other places. That was quite a big concern. Some of my relatives worked there, so there's not as much of the mill left now as there was, but you can see the chimney. And then near too, we've got Bearhead Quarry itself. So, and this is where we are. So we turn around carefully because I don't want to fall off this rock that I'm on, and we're back round to that, looking towards Shibden Hall again. So I need to stop saying so. I really do. What else can I say? Yeah, I'm concentrating on what I'm doing because this is it's a dangerous place to be because it's a long way down. I mean, it's one of those things, the video cannot really capture just what a drop that actually is. I mean, that technically is the easy way down, but I'm not going to take the easy way down. It used to be that way down here, but they briefly started this quarry up, and well, I don't know what the point was because they seem to have just smashed stones up, cover the blinking thing. I tried one of them dead cat things, as they call them, or whatever, more like a dead mouse, isn't it, really, than a cat, on this, and it turned out that the speaker it covered wasn't the speaker getting the wind noise. That's the one where the camera is, so it would mean covering the camera, which wouldn't be really very good. I did wonder why it had no effect. So yeah, there's a lot of fields, notably out in the valley, you can see, but there's also a lot of heaps, ridges, and all sorts from spoilage from numerous quarrying endeavours. Whether they're looking for rock, whether they're looking for clay, what they're looking for, I don't know. But there are some of those, and we might take a closer look at some of those later on. Yeah, and you can see if we go back around to where the mill is, we can see the Shibden Valley going off that way, or at least one branch of it petering out, because actually there's a branch going that way. Now there is a video where I was by the water and there was a junction, if you like, with water coming down this way, some coming this way and continuing this way. That's down there, so that's that branch we can't really see for the hill, and the other little water obviously then is coming from there. It's quite a nice walk down there. I'll have to do that one. Anyway, you're probably getting a lot of wind noise, so I caught myself again, doing it again. Thank you for watching this video. Yeah, hope I'll see you in another one very soon, without the word so. Well,